This is a series that's created. Everyone is lying to themselves and also to others. Are we to go in as viewers with the belief that reliable narrative?
With the belief that everyone is a reliable narrator, I think you probably figure out pretty quickly that they're not. Yeah, I think you start to question whether what people are saying is real or not pretty quickly.
One of the things that I really love about you're able to pull sympathy. There's distrust. There's literally computer against the wall saying no. How are you able to create all these different tones throughout these characters and how they interact with each other?
I think it was really just about being as authentic as possible and digging deep and pulling from reality. And in the writer's room, we all talked a lot about our own experiences. And I think that relationships can be many, many things at once, and I think the highest highs have the lowest lows, especially in that kind of relationship where it's so hot and cold and so addictive. So I think whenever we just tried to think about what would a person in this situation who is 18, who's inexperienced, really truly do, not some smart TV version of this person, but a real person, what would they do? It was easy to find the kind of contradictions, because I think in reality, people contradict themselves all the time.
It's really interesting is a lot of the foundation that we have for these characters, especially with Lucy and Stephen, we see a lot of their home element. Does this show really nature versus nurture?
We didn't focus on that specifically, but I think we definitely, especially with Stephen's character, I think we can't help but ask that because we do go into his home life. And I think one thing we did kind of change from the book is that in the book, Stephen is really labeled as a sociopath and incapable of having certain feelings. And we wanted to have a Stephen that he had repressed those parts of himself and repressed his empathy because of what he had to do growing up, as opposed to someone who was just completely incapable of those feelings. So yeah, I guess it asks the question in that sense for sure.
This evokes a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling when I watched the series. And so I wanted to know from the audience, what do you want the audience to kind of understand about these characters? Because it's easy to label psychopath, you're an enabler, or why don't you just get away?
Yeah, I mean, I think the truth is that people are going to have wildly different reactions. And I'm okay with that. Some people are going to hate Stephen. Some people are going to really sympathize with him. Some people are going to sympathize with Lucy. Some people are going to be like, why the hell are you doing this? And I think that's fun. I think that it's fun to see people disagree about a show and have characters that are, polarizing in a lot of ways. But I guess I am at least hoping that it will open up conversations about emotional abuse that we are oftentimes too ashamed to talk about. Because I think if we're honest, most people have been in a relationship that damaged them. And it can be really embarrassing and really hard to talk about with your friends or with anyone.
So much for speaking with me. I really love the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. Thank you.